Alright, so now we're going to get into the anointing of sick a little bit more. But before we get too deep into it, I need your help because we're going to do something a little different. I need one person from each group, so pick them to go over and up here in front, stand by this stuff. One person from each group. One person from each group. One person from each group. Hey, wait, I didn't tell you we're taking anything yet. Oh my goodness, you guys are cool. Alright, do I have every group up here? Alright, here's what we're gonna do. You guys are actually gonna go build a time machine, a representative time machine. So you're gonna use one of those things to represent your time machine. So your group person is gonna bring one of those back to the group, just one. And please don't break them. I don't have little kids anymore, but those are things from my house. So everybody take one thing back to your group now. Go ahead. Okay. Everybody has something. Okay. So that's your time machine. Now, let's listen. Right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna have the ability, you're gonna have this massive power that I'm gonna give you in a second with your wonderful time machine. You can go back in time and you can change anything that happened in history. So you pick whatever you want, you're gonna go back in time and change that historical event. You'll have about 1 minute to do it, your group leader's gonna help you, and then you're gonna explain it to the whole group once you're done. Ready? Go. All right, 30 seconds. Raise your hand if you need more time. All right, 10 seconds. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pick something. All right. Back to quiet. All right, so we need somebody from each group to hold up their time machine and then tell me where they're going really fast. Okay, what group wants to go first? I gotta pick my group. Come on.
Kill the kid before he jumps in the cage.
All right, Okay, yes, if you don't know, Kobe Bryant passed away this morning in a helicopter crash. And so you can go back and change that. Who's going here? She would change Adam and Eve's ever sin. That's a good one, huh? All right, what do you have? She said the Lincoln assassination. What do you have? The Holocaust.
Read the treaty and recited for me signs that World War II doesn't happen.
No World War II, very good.
Hold up your time machine.
Adam, Eve, and Apple.
You do that on your own?
Adam and Eve again, very good.
Back to the time of the dinosaurs.
Okay, he's going back to the time dinosaur again. Wait a minute, you didn't hear that. Patriots. Okay. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is going to be really massive disorder. So the person who took my little toy, if that group person could put it back up there, would be great, please. Real quick, do that. All right, and if the catechist that have a letter can come up, please. Letter or words, can you come up, please, if you have them? All right, we're going to do something called crowdsourcing now. So what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you a question, and these guys are going to hold up an answer. They're going to hold up an answer, and then you're going to stand in front of them. So let's demonstrate. So Miss Jackie has yes. So if you think the answer is yes, you're going to line up in front of her over here, okay? And sometimes it'll be yes, no, maybe. Sometimes it'll be A, B, C, D. Okay, you ready? All right, so the first one is yes, no, maybe. So letters go back. So let's put no way over there. And if you want to bring maybe up here, and Jackie, if you want to move over that way. All right, so here's your first question. So you have to go to one of these three people. Does God want us to suffer? Yes, maybe, no. All right, hurry up. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. All right. Okay, so these two are lonely. That is actually correct. Very impressive. So the answer is no. All right, now, you guys move back, and now I need my letters. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Down there. Here's your next question. So go to the letter you think is the right answer. By the way, if there aren't many people who have the right answer, I will give them candy. Ready? Why is there suffering in the world? A, God hates us. Boom. B, the devil causes suffering. C, Adam and Eve. D, we cause suffering. Pick your letter. And by the way, the right answer is according to Bob. Me. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So A, God hates us. Good thing Kim's all alone. B, the devil causes suffering as a fair number. C, Adam and Eve, and then we cause suffering. So the answer is, and actually you guys got this with the time machine, it's actually Adam and Eve, because here's what happened. Here's what happened with Adam and Eve. God did not plan this world. Adam and Eve was the beginning of pain and suffering. So, if you could change that in history, you would get rid of all the wars and everything else you wanted to get rid of. All right, ready for the next question? I need A, B, C, D again. What caused us to die? What causes us to die? A, the serpent. B, free will. C, cancer. D, meat people. What causes us to die? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so Dennis and meat people all by himself. You have nobody with cancer. B, free will. And then A is the serpent. A seems that, where are you guys divided here? Okay, so the correct answer is actually B, free will. Okay, so here's the deal, right? Adam and Eve had a choice on whether they ate the apple. Raise your hand if your mom or dad or your brother and sister have made you mad in the last month. Mom or dad, brother, sister, teacher made you mad in the last month. Okay? Here's the deal. Guess what? None of them people can make you mad. Like, let's see. I need a big guy. Where's Trey? Trey. All right, so here's what happens. If Trey decides to punch me in the face, right? So if he pretends to punch me in my face, what's my choice? I can hit him back, I can talk about his mother, or I could say, bless you, Trey, hit me again. Or I can say, bless you, Trey, hit me again, right? That's my choice. He didn't make me do anything, and it's the same thing with Adam and Eve. They made a choice. All right, we're going to do another question. Let me see. All right, yes, no, maybe this time. So, yes, maybe, no. Can we avoid suffering? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Can we avoid suffering? All right, get in your spots. No. Yes, that's some. Going back and forth. All right, the answer to this question is no, you cannot avoid suffering. Sorry. So these guys are right. Unfortunately, because of what happened with Adam and Eve, we will suffer in some way. And that's what anointing the sick is all about, and that's what it's supposed to help you with. Next question. Yes, no, maybe again. Did Jesus suffer? Yes, no, maybe. Did Jesus suffer? Okay. All right. So we have a couple of no's. By the way, this is a picture. Okay, this is actually a rendition of him on the cross. And by the way, when the Romans were whipping, they had whips that had metal things at the end of the whip that were designed that when they struck your flesh, they pulled it out. So that's what happens when you get whipped by that. You literally look like that. So Jesus indeed suffered, and he suffered pretty heavily.
He may have suffered.
Yeah, no, he suffered. Yeah. All right, next question. Why did Jesus suffer? There you go. Because God is mean for our sins. I need A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. He had nothing better to do to know what we go through on earth. Okay, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, so let's see. Do you have anybody down there? Kim? You got one. That is not the correct answer. Is that anybody at C? No. The correct answers to this one are both B, for our sins, and D, nobody's with Dennis. So that he can know what we went through on earth. So part of the reason why he did this is to save us from our sins, but he also knows what suffering is so that when you're suffering, he gets it. All right, last one of these, A, B, C, D. Anointing the sick is one way that Jesus heals us and reminds us of his presence. When can you get this sacrament? A, anytime. B, only on Sundays. C, seriously ill or about to die. D, major operation. All right, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, so anointing of the sick, most people think it is just C, but it's not, okay? It's not B, so that's good that you didn't do that one. It can be A if you're seriously ill and you want to get it multiple times, but it's really C and D. So if you're seriously ill or about to die, you can get the anointing of the sick. Or if you're having a major operation, like I had my rotator cuff fixed, I was out for 3 hours, and I had an anointing of the sick before I did that. All right, go back to your small groups. Thank you for participating. All right, hurry up, back to your small groups. Okay, one more thing, and then you're going to do some small group questions. So, the anointing of the sick is a very interesting sacrament. And again, as much fun it is to talk about death and suffering. And at your age, you probably don't think about death too much. You're probably suffering more than you should be. Probably, I'm like the oldest guy in the room, so death is getting more real for me. Although I still feel like I'm 14, and I know I have as much hair, and I'm just 14 inside here, right? But anyway, so what the sacrament does is it gives us strength, peace, and courage, so that we can make it through the suffering. Because otherwise, if we don't have strength, peace, and courage, we'll get sad, right? We'll get upset. We'll be tempted to get angry. So what you're going to do now in your small group, you're going to learn a little bit more about the sacrament, and then we'll come back together later on. So.